offseason for you in terms of just kind of national perception, cracking the MLB top 100, passing up Gav on it too? Just kind of what's that been like for you? Did something just click while you're out on the Cape, or like that just pushed you over the top there, or what's that been like?
Definitely super grateful, I think, to be on that list and in company with a lot of great players, obviously like Gavin and plenty of other guys that we have on our team. But I wouldn't say anything in particular. I think just continuing to progress how I'm supposed to and putting in the work each day, and whatever happens with that type of thing. So I'm not looking too much at that, but definitely super grateful to be on that list. So I think just steady progress and keeping your head down for sure.
You dropped the switch hitting heading in.
Did.
It was either right before the postseason or during it, or
Correct.
you still switch hitting, or?
Only hitting left-handed.
Okay.
Left-handed. Yeah.
How's that been?
That's been good for me. It's been a pretty easy adjustment, I'd say. I'd say last year when I made the adjustment, it was a little interesting at first, but then once I got into the swing of things, it felt normal. So.
How long does that take to kind of pick up a breaking ball from the right side or from the left side of the plate?
Right, I would say like the first few times I came up there and saw whatever 3-4 sliders in a row, I was like, all right, well, this is different. And then once I got adjusted to it, though, then it felt normal. So,
Sure.
Yep.
What was it like the top of your list for things you wanted to improve
Right.
this last offseason?
Yeah, I think for me, I would say just consistency overall. I think that's number one on my list usually with baseball. It's a game that you want to be as consistent as possible in. So for me, that has to do with a lot of the times maybe little things with your swing, being consistent with your timing, with your load. So for me, I wanted to master that, make sure my routine was as consistent as possible so that I have a really good place and good structure to go off of. So I think that was at the top of the list. And then also always just taking care of my body, taking care of my mind. So.
Did you add anything else to like the self-care kind of routine repertoire?
Nothing I would say too in particular. I think my routine has been pretty similar, but just trying to keep it as consistent as possible and continue to stay with that structure, I would say.
So it's just junk food and no stretching.
Right now, yeah, not junk food, no stretching, but definitely staying on top of all the workouts that I'm doing, making sure my hitting routine stays the same every day, and trusting in that. So.
We just talked with Ethan, like
Yep.
during the lives that you've had with him.
Yeah.
What does that look like? What does he have? What challenges does he present?
Right, yeah, Ethan's a stud. He's definitely a different look, I would say. Really good pitcher, better person too. But I think that his arm action, his delivery, and the stuff that he has is really effective. He commands the zone really well, so I think that he's going to be a stud for us, and he's going to be really good. So.
Was there a point last year where you started to feel like I can do this? I deserve to be here? Maybe the imposter syndrome, if you felt
Sure.
it, if that went away and you got past that.
I wouldn't say necessarily felt that. I think that always definitely having self-belief in yourself. I think there's a lot of great players on our team, especially around the country. So for me, definitely grateful and honored to be out there every single day and getting that opportunity. But definitely always had that self-belief in myself that I know that I can go out there and play, and putting in the work before the season, pre-week, and then whatever happens when you're out there kind of just happens. So then from there, it's just my job to play hard and do my part. So.
Where have your defensive reps been coming from most?
Center field.
Okay.
Yep.
You expecting to start out there?
I'm not gonna know till opening day, but that's where I would expect to start.
After playing a lot in the corners last year, a lot of
Correct.
left field, just kind of what's the transition been like to center?
Yeah, it's been, I would say, a normal transition for me. I think that even honestly left and right field, you kind of sometimes have to make more of a split decision. You get more slice, more topspin on the ball. So I think that's been a good adjustment and hasn't been difficult for me. So I enjoy it in center.
Your days on the infield over, you'd say, or?
Honestly, I'm not sure. That probably here, yes.
Yeah.
I don't expect to play infield here, but definitely still can play infield. So I have that in the back pocket. But I enjoy the outfield a lot. So.
Speaking of transitions, now that Bazan has gone, how's players like you, Turley, and others stepped into a leadership role and kind of like swap the culture a little bit for this new upcoming season?
Sure. Yeah. No. Definitely. I think that. Not having Boz there we're missing him for sure, but I think the dynamic that we have this year is really good, and we have a lot of guys who have stepped up in that role and made everybody feel a part of the family. So I think top to bottom we have a lot of good cohesiveness and just a tight group all together. So I think that's going to really work well together. A lot of talent, and all the guys really enjoy being around each other. So.
And now that you're hitting on one side of the play,
Right.
how does this kind of like change your routine and allow you to focus on other aspects of your game? Now you don't have to
Yes.
focus on hitting on both sides.
No, for sure. I think it definitely gives me a lot more time. I already, before even when I was switch hitting, I love spending time in the cage, so I would spend a lot of hours there, but now it kind of allows me to really focus all of my work on one side of the plate and really refine each movement. So it definitely gives me more time to harness like certain skill sets or aspects. If I want to work on my bat path or certain locations, instead of having to do that and then go on the other side and still have to refine that as well. So it gives me more time there, and I can improve other aspects as well. So.
What's it been like facing this pitching staff in lives? Like, what's the grossest pitch you've seen, and just kind of how do they compare to last year?
Right. Yeah. No, I think that our pitching staff, top to bottom, was really great. Dorman, the whole staff did a great job bringing in the right guys. Got some stud freshmen and transfers as well, and obviously returning guys. So I think that everyone that we've been seeing has been doing really well, and really happy about what they're going to do. So I think that, I mean, each guy that we bring out, there's not really like many, there's not a soft spot, I would say. So everybody is pretty confident when they're out there and got some good stuff. So.
Is there someone who's like had your number in lives?
Oh, I'm trying to think. Not that I can think of at the top of my head, but I'm sure there's a few guys who have gotten me a few times. So
you're hitting 500 in lives is what I'm.
no, certainly not 500. But I'm not too sure off the top of my head for sure.
What have been your first impressions of Arquette and sort of what he brings to this group?
Right. No, yeah, Arquette's great. He's a really good personality for the team. Great player, obviously. So he's been awesome here so far. Everybody enjoys being around him. Super fun guy, good player. So I think we're really happy to have him here.
He's a huge person
Oh, yeah.
playing shortstop.
Yes.
What's it like? I mean, like you had
Yes.
Elijah last year, like
Right.
5'6".
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's kind of the difference?
Right. I'd say obviously as far as a stature difference, you can just see physically that Arquette is very tall and a big guy. So he's like almost 6'6" playing shortstop. And he's extremely athletic and can throw it from every single arm angle and moves well. So he's definitely he's a stud over there. Super reliable shortstop, and just is pretty cool to watch for sure. Yeah.
The trip to Surprise is
Yeah.
pretty much traditional here,
Right.
but then coming up after that, you get to go to the Rangers ballpark
Yeah.
there at Arlington. Is that something players look forward to, getting to
Oh,
play
yeah.
at a major league park like that?
For sure, yeah, that's definitely I'd say probably one of the coolest things that I've been able to do since playing baseball. Been lucky to have some other fun experiences as well, but that's really cool. I think being able to play in a big league stadium like that, and especially when we were playing there, the crowd being packed out as well and playing against good teams is a pretty surreal moment. So I think that going back there again is another awesome opportunity, and it's just fun. It's fun being able to play on that stage where when you're a kid, you watch all your favorite big leaguers play there, and just being out on the field, getting to look around, see your family in the stands is pretty awesome. So,
First year being draft eligible, have you gotten any feedback from scouts, or what kind of the things you're wanting to refine this year before you make that decision to turn pro?
right, yeah, sure, definitely talking to scouts and picking their brains in different areas that I can improve my game always. I think that's something that I am always trying to take a look at before the season, during the season. Definitely it's a constant pursuit to be the best version of myself. I think that's one of the great things about baseball is you're never really fully arrived. There's so much work that you can always keep doing. I certainly have more work to do, so I think that is something that I pay attention to, while also obviously staying true to my game and continue to improve the things that I need to.
Is there something like specific that you're wanting to add to the repertoire, put on more display this season?
I think for me, wanting to show off some more stolen bags for sure. Being able to use my speed on the base pass would be big and create some more chaos out there. I think is one of the things for sure.
Is part of that also proving that you can play center at the next level?
Right. Yeah, for sure. I think that's definitely another aspect. I know that I can play a good center field, and I'm gonna save some plays for our pitchers. So I think that being able to show that, and really though, I want to be able to help our team win out there in center. That's what matters to me. So I think that will be able to help us out there.
Anything else?